What's up, guys? Twerking Tiger here with another fighting game. Today, we're doing Power Rangers Battle for the Grid on Nintendo Switch. This game's a few years old now, but I'm going to do the Super Edition that's come out last year, which has all the DLC up until that point. Having a lot of characters that have been added over the years, like Lord Zed, like the White Ranger. There's been a lot of characters added to this game, and today we're going to take advantage of all that DLC and that great Mighty Morphin Power Rangers package, and let's start the fighting game right now. So, big fan of Power Rangers, been playing this game for a couple of years now. This one also has something that came out probably about the 2018 time frame, where they started doing crossovers with Street Fighter. Now, if you look online, you'll see that there are some videos done with Jason David Frank back in 2018, and some of the others, Mighty Morphin Power Ranger actors or Power Ranger actors that crossed over in a live-action form with some Street Fighter characters like Ryu and Chun-Li. So they have their morph forms in this fighting game. And really, this game is a celebration of Power Rangers' entire history, but a lot of this focuses on the comic book continuity rather than the show. So the comic book continuity expanded on lore with Lord Draken, who was an evil version of Tommy, in addition to kind of that universe where Tommy had taken over the multiverse and had started installing all these centuries that had these different morph versions of your favorite characters. So a lot of the characters you see here may not be recognizable at first, but a lot of these characters are from, rather than the show, they're from the comic books, from Boom Studios. So let's go ahead and get started and see what characters are on this. So with this Super Edition on the Nintendo Switch, there are still two characters that are still not unlocked that you'd have to pay extra for. And that is Adam Park in his Ninjetti form. And you've also got Rita Repulsa, which is probably a big omission not to have in your Super Edition. Rita Repulsa. So the Super Edition, when it goes on sale on Nintendo Switch, it could be anywhere between 15 to 20 bucks. So it's a good deal given what you get. Now, in my impression of this game, it's not the best fighting game on the market, but you don't have many options with Power Rangers. And it's a decent game nonetheless as far as a fighting game. I actually like it better than the recent Street Fighter. It's a good little fighting game, and it has your favorite characters from the Power Rangers, more specifically Mighty Morphin, which is the main storyline of this game. So let's see who we're going to pick. I know that White Ranger's around here somewhere, unless he's a variant color. Let's see, Mighty Morphin green version 2, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers white. And let's see, what other color do we have? Ooh, that's a cool variant. We're going to go rat route. And then we are going to choose as our opponent. Let's do Zed. He's just really cool in this game. I don't think I like this other color. There you go. Actually, no, that's my teammate. So then we're going to choose an opposing character. Let's do Scorpina. That's a cool color. Or I guess that's actually my team. So it's been a while since I played this. So much like Marvel vs. Capcom, you've got a team of like 3 people and you're fighting against other teams. So I guess that comprises my team, Zed, Scorpina, with the variant White Ranger. And you get to choose your Zord, which is kind of like this super special move that you build up to take out the other character. We're going to choose an old favorite, the Megazord. And that's actually a really cool variant of the White Ranger. Really enjoy that. So the load time seemed to be a little bit longer than what you might see on other consoles. I actually own this game for the PS4, and it seemed to be a lot faster than what you're getting here. There we go. And it had Jason David Frank's voice. And again, some of these characters are from later seasons in Power Rangers. So some of it is really much a celebration of all that Power Rangers is. And she is just going at me right now. I don't think I even get a hit in. Wow. And for everyone's awareness, guys, I am playing this. Ooh, Zed's a little slow, but I know he's a brawler. So for everyone's awareness, guys, I am playing this on a arcade 1-up shell. The actual arcade inside of it, the original monitor, the original arcade, what they call PCB, has been taken out and has been replaced with my own monitor that I put in there. In addition to what I'm playing for an arcade deck is pretty much a USB arcade stick by Intec Gaming. So this Intec Gaming control deck can connect very easily to your Nintendo Switch, and you have pretty much, if you've got this arcade shell, if you've got the Intec Gaming arcade deck, they can buy on Amazon for like $100. You have an arcade setup, form fit factor that you can put into your room, and now you have your Switch arcade. So I'm getting whipped pretty bad in this game, if I may say. I'm not even getting anything in. So the difficulty can very much range, but also I blame on the fact that I haven't played this game much. There we go. Get some licks in from Zed, and I'm down. So they called in Goldar, and it's very cool. The big monsters kind of come in, do some damage, or your Megazord comes in and will smash down on the opponent. But definitely I got whooped pretty bad there. And it's cool in terms of some of the environments. I wish there was something more specific. You've got the command center that's kind of been destroyed. And it's the command center as it looked in the original 1993 season. We're going to do a round 2. I'm sure we're going to lose again, but again, just a celebration of all the characters in a fighting game that has a pretty robust more than you would think. And Power Rangers hasn't gotten really any good game adaptations, in my opinion. Some may have liked some of the PS2 and some of the like later games that came, but I didn't think they were much of quality. Really, to me, the only good Power Ranger games came out in the 1990s on the Super Nintendo, there were some decent ones on the Sega Genesis. They weren't great either, but really, my favorites were the 2 games on Super Nintendo, which was the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers game that was based off a TV show, and they also had the movie game on Super Nintendo. So I like kind of doing it in this format where you play these games on an arcade setup. Arcade 1-ups are not full-size cabinets. They're very much something that is more that you put in a corner of your room. Some people have done a lot of people actually have done full arcade setups where they've bought whatever arcade 1-up sells. They might have 10, 15 or more arcades in their den or upstairs in like what we'll call like a game cave. And it's like a recreation of your favorite arcade games side by side, but all of them are smaller than your typical arcade, so you can fit all those into a smaller room because they're form fit factor. This is not anywhere near a full-size arcade. I don't even think it's half the size. But to be able to enjoy your favorite fighting games in this format, it's still neat. Again, you could still put it in the corner of your room, and it's not going to occupy much space. And being able to play the Nintendo Switch very easily with this USB arcade stick is just great fun. Now, again, I highly recommend for any Power Rangers fan buying this game. They have it in all the last generation consoles, and I'm sure you can buy it through digital as well. I just lost that match pretty bad. But for any Power Ranger fan, I definitely think this is a good deal. If you like some of the later seasons, there's not many characters there that are going to be represented for you. But for especially those that have some nostalgia for Mighty Morphin, for $20 or less, to be able to pick this game up, I definitely recommend it. And it's just a fun little game. Now, even with all the DLC, I will say it doesn't feel like a full game in comparison to what you'd say for Mortal Kombat 11 or for Street Fighter or for Tekken. You're not going to get that much content, even with all the DLC. The story mode, I think, can blow past in like 2 hours, and all the cinematics are not really cinematics, they're comic book strips. Now, you do have some of the actors, again, this is a couple of years old, so you had Jason David Frank, you had Asa St. John, you had the actor that played Zordon in terms of his voice. So you get a couple of the actors coming back to reprise their roles. And it's, again, a quick dive, a quick fun dive into the Power Ranger universe, and more specifically, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers universe, with some nods, as you can see from this character and some of the other monsters, to some of the later seasons. So, with that, guys, I hope you like this quick playthrough. I'm Twerking Tiger, and just let me know what games you want me to dive into and play in this arcade format. Like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys for the next battle. Power on!